Hey y'all, let me try to get some hair out of my face. So I'm currently in my car waiting to get my piercing, so I'll post content about that later. But I have yet to do a recap because I have been so busy in the month of February. I had no idea that working at the HBCU during, they call it now African American History Month, would honestly cause so much chaos. I was so busy, and I led 2 library tours in the library program. I was in a parade. I was in Houston Rodeo. Now that I did film content on, I tried my best to film content while I was there because I was there during the day. Even though a lot of people, like content creators, who have gone to the Houston Rodeo. Sorry, I'm holding my phone with my hand. The content creators who have went to the Houston Rodeo go at nighttime. And I haven't been yet because I haven't found a group of friends to go at night. I would love to go, especially to like the concerts. But I wanted to do like a quick recap of February because I have so many accomplishments to be thankful for, honestly. Like, as a first-year librarian, I made 1 year in February of my 1 year in Texas, and honestly it has been a whirlwind of experience. The fact that I have documented this entire journey is amazing. I can go back and look and see exactly how I felt, what I looked like, because I mean, even though I have an iPhone now, I did not always have an iPhone. I have switched phones every 2 years, and I used to take a lot of selfies back in the day, but at some point I stopped. So the fact that I have this iPhone now, which is not my business phone, and I officially have paid it off. That was one of my goals to do this year. First 6 months was to pay it off. And next is to pay off a student loan. And then to finally buy this bad boy, buy Trixie, drop in the comments, buy Trixie. Buy my RAV4. That's something I want to get done before the summertime, as well as go to DreamCon. You know, those are the six months goals, like achievable goals I want to do. But I can honestly say I am so grateful for this opportunity. Like, I literally was scrolling through my phone this morning just trying to find a picture of something, and I found, well, I took a screenshot of when I got my acceptance letter, job offer letter to come to Texas. It was February 2nd. I was like, February 2nd, I had 2 weeks to figure out how to move here when I still had an apartment, and I documented all of that, me moving, in my Becoming Evie series, which is the name of the channel. Because like, I've changed the name of this channel so many times, but I figure Becoming Evie is the best thing since it is a lifestyle blog. I talk about books, talk about librarianship. I have my podcast on here, and I really have come from being behind the camera to not be in front of the camera. And I always wonder if I just didn't have the personality for it, but I'm still putting myself out there to do it. And then this year with my, you know, theme of main character energy, do it for the plot, I have been doing things that have been completely out of my comfort zone, but also like fun. Like the fact that I just got like a random phone call at work, was like, hey, you want to be in the parade? It's just like, okay. And what I first thought was, I may never get this opportunity again, let me go do it. So I was in a trail ride parade, like literally sitting in the front of a buggy. Oh, wagon really, but like when I called my dad and told him, he was like, you was on a horse and a buggy? I said, yeah, basically. Because my dad grew up in that culture. Like, he loves cowboys, and the fact that he never really grew up knowing about African Americans can be cowboys, and that I know them, I know a group of them, they are the kindest, sweetest people ever. The fact that they let me in the parade, like last minute, like I'm talking, I mean, outside of registration form, the you know, the waiver, talking about, you know, like if anything happens, they're not liable, like all that type of stuff. I did all of that to be in a trail ride parade at Perry View. Shout out to Kissing K, wagon number 4. Like, I was, oh, thank you for allowing me to be a part of your journey, because that was your first trail ride, leading with your own wagon, and you let me be a part of that experience. I'm so thankful for it. And I have pictures, and I did like a little digital exhibit of the trail ride, because I felt like that's important to highlight, since like my first year being in Texas, I immediately learned about this culture, this tradition of like cowboys and like the countryside, and like people who really do care for horses. Like, this is a real thing. Like, they were playing horseshoe at the trail ride. Like, that blew my mind, because I didn't think that was my ignorance, pure ignorance. I thought that only happened in cartoons on TV, but that's a real thing. And the fact that people had just enjoyment out of it, and then I knew that I wanted to write an article about it just to highlight and showcase this wonderful tradition that is still being carried on at Prairie View, for one, because it is the oldest African-American trail ride in the state of Texas. And so because of the fact that I came from Louisiana, I grew up knowing about crawfish and Mardi Gras, coming to a culture that loves horses, loves, you know, cowboy boots, hats, obviously I had to go to the rodeo. Like, I had to. And even though I was by myself, I learned so much about the culture by just like talking to people and learning about like, hey, like, why are they, like, I asked that question of like, why are they wearing like this like turquoise blue, which is ironically my birthstone, and that's a part of the Western look. And I was like, oh, okay, like, you know, like, this is my first time ever being this far west and learning about, like, you could literally go to the rodeo and get an entire outfit. Like, that is crazy to me. And wow, it is so early, but I'm glad I got here early. Still have some time before I get my I'm getting up a little piercing, but that's besides the point. The fact that you can go to the rodeo and experience all these things and see actual animals, see the livestock, and like, people take this seriously. Like you can win prizes. They spend time and effort to grow their cattle, to train them, to be part of competitions. Like this is a real life thing. And it fascinates me to see people so passionate about something, because man, I love being around people who are passionate about what they do. That's honestly brings a smile to my face. And so that's really how my February went, because I ended it March 1st and I went to the Black Heritage Day at the Houston Rodeo, seeing all the high schools, middle schools, elementary schools performing, the cheerleaders, the band. Like, that was, I would take that back for the world. That was amazing. I'm so grateful that I was able to take off work and do that kind of like field research to learn more about the rodeo, learn more about the Western cultural lifestyle, the cowboy lifestyle, like how you dress like a cowboy, like what are the things you're required to have. Because I've seen some people how they dress for like the Renaissance concert to see Beyonce, and that was very much like, you know, like the fashionable style, but like what is the actual attire that you wear? And these are questions that I asked like some of the booth shop owners, and like obtaining like food at the rodeo. Oh my goodness, they have so many choices to choose from. Like, but I didn't want to try something new and make myself sick, because I was A, by myself, and B, I did not drive. So I kind of played it safe with getting ribs, but it was pretty good ribs. Like when I told one of my coworkers about it, she told me that it's a pretty good spot up in Houston. I was like, well, I'm glad. Shout out to Triple J Smokehouse. Y'all had some bomb ribs. Like, oh my goodness. Like, I ain't never had ribs that fall off the bone like that. Whew. Those were good. Those were good. But back to my recap. I can't think of really anything else that happened. Like, I did celebrate my 1 year by going out with some coworkers. We go out to this like steak night on Thursdays, and even though I didn't like tell them all about it, to me it was a celebration of myself and just being there and like taking myself out, because I'm not used to doing that. I need to do that more, because like I said, I did 2 library tours. I did a library program. I made my 1 year being in Texas, 1 year moving here, 1 year starting content creation, like stepping out of my comfort zone, like getting my 5th degree now into the College of Education, like putting myself in front of crowds, in front of classrooms, in front of children. Like, I'm over here writing lesson plans. Like, literally, the reason I am tired right now, because I was up until like 1 a.m. writing lesson plans for my assignment about multiculturalism, and it really makes you think outside the box. And I'm glad I took that. I took this path to going into curriculum and instruction, because the book that I'm writing, a self-help book about how to preserve your own collections, pertaining specifically to African Americans, that is going to jumpstart really my writing career. And that's something that I want specifically for the African American community, for you to know why it's important to preserve your documents, because you're already doing it by keeping it in your house or keeping it within the family. You're already doing that. Like, I understand the untrustworthiness of probably archives. There's a reason for it. I understand. But it's like, if you are going to preserve something, I will teach you how to do it correctly. Because sometimes if you have it in an attic, don't do that. If you have it exposed to light, do not do that. Like certain things to preserve your pictures, your documents, your memorabilia, you know, because certain like light fixtures, certain environmental threats can get in the way of you preserving your records. And I want everyone to know the importance of preservation. And that's kind of why I started writing this book. Sorry, there's cars going by and I'm just making sure my car I can hit. But that's something I am passionate about. And if I do nothing else in this career in archives, it's the fact that I wrote this self-help book that I'm hoping that comes out in October. And me learning about curriculum and instruction is kind of like writing a curriculum. It's kind of like I'm writing out this class that like everything I've learned in the last 3 years in library school. Well, it was 3 years ago plus 2, so about 5 years ago. I got this certification. I want to pass on this knowledge because I am teaching presentations on how to preserve collections, how to handle special collection materials. And it's like, if I could teach it, I could write it down in the book and it could help others. And this is really for the community, for the people. And so I am hoping, as it's almost time for me to get out of here now. Whew, sorry, it's a lot going on. Get out of here now to go get my appointment, that I will continue to make choices that I have been holding off on so long because of other reasons. But the fact that I'm actually doing this is kind of just making me happy on the inside. And I hope I continue to have these opportunities, like people including me in things and not leaving me out. Me approaching people and being polite and nice about preservation and the importance of preservation. And I hope I continue to do more collaborations and more library outreach, because I realize that makes me more happy than honestly sitting at a desk. Like, love archives and preservation, but I would love to talk about it more than just sitting at a desk. Like, I realized that like quickly on, because I was in cataloging before this, did not like just sitting at a desk. Cataloging is too easy just to sit at a desk. Like, I would love for part of my job to do outreach. I would love that. And I hope that I get to do that more, or possibly like there's a position I could do that in, because I would love to be just an archives consultant and try to help people preserve their collections. And that's kind of what I hope for what the future will be. So thank you for checking in on me, all the people who have been checking in, and I'll let you know how the rest of my week is going, because I took off for spring break because I needed a break. Like, I've been doing this stuff back to back to back, and then after I go to work next week, I have to get ready for another class for 4 days where they want us to come to the archives and they want to learn about preservation, history of the school, and they want to do like a little assignment. So I need to think of something like creative, like what can I get for the class to do that wouldn't be too difficult. And I will definitely keep you guys checked in. So I'll see you next time. Bye.